Yeah, well, just start off and say, then we'll do the pledge.
Okay.
Just start off the right way. Just say what we got.
Okay, good afternoon and welcome, and thank you very much for stopping out to visit with us for the day. My name is Tom McHugh. I'm the chairman of the Lackawanna County Reentry Task Force, and as some of you know, and some of you may not know, we're doing our little event here today at the courthouse in lieu of our annual festival that we've had up at NAOG. I recognize a lot of you out there. I know you've been up to the festival the last couple of years and supported our efforts up at the festival at NAOG, but unfortunately this year, because of the coronavirus, we had to cancel that. But we still wanted to have a little bit of an event to remind people and remind the community that the Lackawanna County Task Force is alive and well, and we continue to support our returning citizens here in Lackawanna County. So I was going to say take a seat, relax. We're going to spend a couple minutes. We have Ron Morgan here who's going to serenade us for a little while, and we're going to talk a little bit about what the Lackawanna County Reentry Task Force does and how you, as citizens of the county, might be able to help us out in our efforts to attain our goals throughout the year. At this time, I would ask if we take a minute. We're going to stand up and we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. I know there's a flag somewhere up there on the top of the courthouse.
I
pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America,
for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Just put down also, we're going to have the speakers.
Yep. At this time, we're going to have Colleen, who's the co-chair of the Lackawanna County Reentry Task Force. Colleen's going to get up and say a few words about the Reentry Task Force. Thank you. Colleen.
Thank you, Tom. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. Can everybody hear me? Okay. So I'm Colleen Orzel. I work at the Lackawanna County Prison. We have been doing our reentry task force for approximately the last 7, 8, 9 years or so. It started off with a group of people from the Lackawanna County Prison and EOTC and the probation department. Everybody just kind of getting together and coordinating this group of people that could serve as a resource for helping inmates leave the Lackawanna County Prison and lead a successful life in the community. So we started off, like I said, about 7 years ago and implemented heavy programming inside the jail for inmates while they're spending their time there. And the goal was to hook them up with resources pertaining to mental health, drug and alcohol, employment, any other goals, family, lifestyle, because we found that people spending time in jail and just being released to the street isn't serving any purpose or any good for anybody. So we needed to help the inmates, and we did target Lackawanna County citizens because we were looking at it as those are the individuals that are living in our backyard. They're our neighbors, and we didn't want to turn the other cheek and just forget about them. So we want to help each other while you're in prison, help you connect with resources when you get out, and then have a smooth continuity of care when you get out. So that way you can address the needs that are not being met and also address needs that are maybe encouraging you or helping you get involved in the illegal activity that is happening. So within that reentry task force, we have subcommittees that focus on employment, mental health and substance abuse, housing, peer support. We found that peer support was direly needed for individuals that don't have a good support system. So there's been great work being done with peer support group. And then our housing committee, who we are here, we started doing our Second Chance Festival every year. This would have been our 4th year. And every year we have the festival at NAOG Park with music and food and other stuff like that. And we've had tremendous support from some of our sponsors. We've had the district attorney's office who donated $2,500 every year toward the cause. And then we had the Weinberg Association, who was gracious enough to give us grants over the last couple of years. And then we had several various other sponsors over the years to donate money. And with that money, we use primarily to help pay rent for homeless individuals in jail. We have inmates in the Lackawanna County Prison that have served their sentence, but they don't have a place to live, or they don't have family or resources. So they sometimes are in jail just because they don't have a place to live. So there's a group of us, we take applications, we help those inmates get a place to live so that way they can get out of jail, and then we try to hook them up with services. So far, over the last couple years, we've paid 38 rents for individuals. We've also helped with getting identification, and some individuals that have to serve their time on house arrest, we've paid for their house arrest bracelet or their telephone so they can get put on house arrest. And it's really just helping those people that don't have the resources just to get out of jail. So we wanted to get together today just to do something in place of the festival due to the pandemic. So Tom and Bill worked, and Jane and everybody worked really hard on just getting this together here today with Ron playing our music, and just to still thank our sponsors and encourage our sponsors, because we can't keep doing this if we don't have people that will sponsor the cause or the initiative that we're doing, because without the funds and without the support, we can't keep helping people get out of jail. So we appreciate the support from the courts and Judge Barace and the probation department and the prison and Tom and outreach and children and youth and all the drug and alcohol treatment centers and the social service agencies and everybody that works hard together to keep providing the services that we could for the individuals. And we especially thank District Attorney Powell and the Weinberg Association and Guy Singer. These are people that without their help, we definitely could not have raised probably, I'd say close to, I think you said approximately upwards towards $30,000, right? Over the last 4 years. Because each year we would gain a little more momentum and raise a little more money. So this year is especially hard for us because we don't have the big event to broadcast and try to do the work that we used to do. So we're still working toward the mission and the goal, but today we just wanted to bring everybody together just to say that we're still here and we're still doing the work. So thank you.
Thanks, Colleen. And I know that there's a lot of other people that have been supporting the Reentry Task Force throughout the years, and they're kind of some of the people out there. So if anybody has any other questions about us, let us know. We'd be more than happy to tell you more about the programming and what we could do, and maybe how you guys can help us out. At this time, I'd like to introduce the President Judge of Lackawanna County. Been a big supporter of us for the last couple of years, and we appreciate him stopping by. He said he didn't want to miss this opportunity to say hello and talk to you for a couple minutes about the Reentry Task Force. Judge Barace.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank Tom and the committee for all the work they've done, along with Bill. It really is a very important mission that they are leading. We are very pleased this year that through the probation department, we are starting a new initiative, hopefully within the next few weeks, so that those prisoners that are defendants that are violated in regard to their probation or parole and placed back into prison, if it's because of a technical violation, as in drug and alcohol or mental health, that they're not following the rules, that there are going to be 2 probation officers that are assigned to do nothing else but to address that population, to make sure that they're getting an assessment immediately and that they're getting released for care. So we're thrilled about it. It's a 5-year, $2 million project to make sure that our prison is just not warehousing people that have addictions and mental illness. So as was mentioned earlier, often when individuals have mental illness or addictions, they don't necessarily have a home to go to get out. They've burnt a lot of those bridges, and for some of those that have mental health issues, they often have characteristics that some of our places like Step by Step and others, Harbor House, are concerned is to take them in with the rest of the population because of some of their past actions. So it's very difficult for the prison and the counselors to see where they're going to house someone. So we had a situation like that just this week with a young woman that's been there past their minimum because she had no family to go to, and none of the mental health housing places would take her. So based upon the work that the prison did, they were able to find an apartment for her and help take care of the first month's rent. So it touches real lives. It's important that this mission continue so that we can make sure that people that have served their time can get back to society and have their families and to be productive. So I thank you for your work, and I thank you for being here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. We appreciate the kind words and appreciate your continued success and of our program. A lot of it is due to the support that we've gotten through his office. At this time, another one of our major supporters, both financially and through his office, is the District Attorney. And Mark would like to get up and say a few words also. District Attorney Powell.
Thank you all for being here and showing your support. I especially want to thank Tom McHugh and Bill McCarthy for the fine work they do for the Reentry Task Force. This is an important project. I get asked as District Attorney, how can I be tough on crime and support individuals who have committed crimes re-enter our society? These are not mutually exclusive concepts. We need to set up folks for success, and that does not mean we don't hold individuals accountable who violate the law, but we have to set them up for success, otherwise they are doomed for failure. And when they get out, they don't have a lot. They need help with jobs, they need help with housing, and they need help with transportation, and that's what this task force is committed to do, is to assist in the transition, to assist these individuals to be successful, to break the cycle, and not to re-enter jail, but re-enter society successfully. And if they have use disorders or mental health issues, there is a lot of help out there. We have great organizations here to help. Those resources are available, and we need to support individuals who have those disorders, because many of them are treatable. And with treatment, we will break the cycle. There are so many success stories. And Judge Barres for 20 years has been successfully promoting treatment court, which is one of the most successful diversionary programs in the state, if not the country. These are important projects to promote success, even though I will continue to fight to hold drug dealers accountable, people who are in the drug market for profit and commercially benefit from poisoning our children. But we have to provide individuals who have use disorders with the assistance they need to be on the right track, so they have the strength and support to fight their use disorders. So thank you. I am proud and honored to support this great organization, and I wish their continued success.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate the kind words. At this time, we have one other speaker that would like to say a few words in support of the Reentry Task Force, and he's the presiding judge over the Lackawanna County Prison Board, Judge Gibbons.
Thank you, Tom. I was worried there about what I might be presiding over next. I'm not sure. Our president judge always likes to whisper to you of something new that's going on. He's so dynamic, and with all of our treatment courts, they're so dynamic. You just never know. Every time he calls, you might be in charge of something else. But it's a pleasure to be here and to be invited to say something. I'm a big fan of the reentry program. I'm a big fan of the Second Chance Festival. I don't get to attend as many reentry program meetings as I'd like, but nonetheless, I think it's a wonderful opportunity, not only for the people that it's designed to help, but also for the people who are helping, because it gives all of us a real opportunity to see what life is like for so many people that we otherwise wouldn't get to see. And so it's a real privilege to be able to participate here. And as chairman of the prison board, we like to see our numbers going down, down, down all the time. And because of a successful reentry program, that helps us reach that goal. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your support. And I ask for your continued support. I see some lot of white hair out here. I see Tom Early and Jerry Durkin, Jerry Dempsey, and people that have been helping for so many years. It's because of that collective experience that this program is so successful. Billy McCarthy. Billy's hair wasn't always the same color. Tomorrow it might be something different too. You never know how he feels, but it's a collaborative effort, and I'm privileged to be a part of it. So thank you all. I appreciate it. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Judge Gibbons. At this time, I know that some of you came here to listen to Ron Morgan play, right? We're going to take a couple-minute break, and Ron's going to play us a few tunes, and then we're going to wrap up the program with a couple of closing remarks from the Chief Probation Officer in Lackawanna County, Bill McCarthy, who's been a real strong supporter of the program all throughout and has kept this program moving. So we'll give you a couple minutes with Ron Morgan before we wrap up the program. Thank you.
Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. A little darling, it's been a long, long day. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. But the smile got into the face. But it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here we come. 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 A little darling, I feel that life is slowing down. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright.
Thank you very much.
I'm working on the grant paperwork too. Oh, from yeah.
All right. Okay.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but oh, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in the traveling show. I know it's not much, but the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. Then you can tell everybody that this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put that in the words. How wonderful life is while you're in the world. Sat on the roof and kicked off the mark. Still feel the first seconds really got me quite cross, but the sun's been quite kind while I wrote this song. It's for people like you that keep it turned on. So excuse me, forget, but these things I do. You see, I forgot if the green or the blue. Anyway, the thing is, I really mean, you're the soft, sweetest I've ever seen. Then you can tell everybody that this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that we're done. How wonderful life is for your in the world.
Okay, thank you very much, Ron. We appreciate it. Very good. And one more round of applause for Ron Morgan, who's been another one of our great supporters who's been volunteering his musical talents for us for the last couple of years. And I think that's why a lot of people stop up to see us, because of Ron. And we appreciate you coming again, Ron. Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to introduce, for closing remarks, the Chief Probation Officer of Lackawanna County, who's been instrumental in the Lackawanna County Reentry Task Force since its inception, back with his fellow retired federal probation officer, Lenny Bogart. At this time, we have a few remarks coming from Bill McCarthy.
Thank you, Tommy, for those kind words. And I have to take my mask off, but I don't see my wife out there, but she was supposed to come. I don't know if she made it. But she likes me to wear a mask all the time. I don't know why, but so I'm taking off so I can speak. Okay, I'm Bill McCarthy, Billy McCarthy I go by, and I'm the Chief Probation Officer. And we started this reentry program about 7 years ago when I came back to work for the county, when I was put as the Chief Probation Officer by our courts. Under the present judge then was Tom Munley, and Judge Michael Brace and Judge Durrell had a strong in bringing me back to the county, and I'm very happy and proud to be part of the county government and working for the courts. And when I came in here, we started this reentry task force, and Len Bogart, as you mentioned, was a big individual who got this off the ground. And today we have many programs in the county jail that weren't there before. Programming is beneficial to the inmates over there, female and males, that are getting treatment, they're getting educational classes, and they're getting programs under the reentry that weren't there 7 years ago or so. And it's because of a lot of people. Colleen Orzel, the wardens, Warden Tembetti, who's very supportive to the program. I can't mention, and I don't want to, I'm going to try to point out to everybody who did everything for us. So I'm not trying to sly anybody or say miss anybody, because we have so many people who have helped us be successful, which starts with our president judge, who has made treatment his #1 priority in Lackawanna County. We have a district attorney, and as he said, who prosecutes this case and makes our community safe. But most important, Mr. Powell is very concerned about our citizens returning and having a second chance. And I didn't get to say that today, but everybody coming out of Lackawanna County Prison is going to get a second chance. Sometimes a third chance and a fourth chance if we have to do that. So that's what our theme is here. Everyone in Lackawanna County returning citizens get a second chance, females and males. As I said, we have a tremendous amount of support to make this program successful. Everyone I reach out to and tell them about what we're trying to do, they greet me and say, thank you, whatever I can do. We've had sponsors since we started the Second Chance Festival 4 years, and they keep giving us donations from $250 up. And that's what makes us. So when the returning citizen gets out, whether it's a male or female, they're entitled to this program, and they get whatever we can. We try to pay their first month's rent, the program does, and we also pay their security deposit. And it's important so they can concentrate on, when they get out, the things they have to do. Okay, the important things: getting treatment, finding a job, trying to reconnect with their families and their friends. These individuals, they need the help and the support. They'll tell you they've made mistakes, and they know they've made mistakes. And we don't want to turn our back on these people that are trying. So we're giving them a second chance. I want to thank the people who helped us put this together. I want to thank all the people on our reentry task force. I think we meet every 2 months. It seems like more than that. But there are some other people I want to thank out in the audience. I want to thank our court administrator, Frank Castellano, who's here. Frank, he's given us a wave. And then also we have, who's been also a tremendous help to us over the years. It is also our treasurer. Besides, he's also the president of the Treatment Advocacy Program, is Frank Bullock, attorney Frank Bullock. He's also the director of the Recovery Bank, which is a big help and a big support to returning citizens down on Wyoming Avenue that recently opened the last 2 years. And they're a big support to us too. I want to thank some of my people who work with me, my deputy chief. Deputy chiefs are here. I have two, Ryan Griffiths and Megan Osborne. They're a terrific help to us. As I said, Warden Betty isn't here, I don't believe, but he's a big help to us. All of our judges, and it's not to mention them all, besides Judge Gibbons, who's the chairman of the Lackawanna County Prison Society, he's always helping us. Whenever there's a prison board, he's always mentioning something that we're doing, which is a big help. Judge Gibbons, I want to thank you for the great talk today. And he didn't give too much of his Irish humor, but sometimes he likes to give that to me. But he didn't today, so I thank him for that. And he also, I thought I was at a prep reunion here, and I didn't go to Scranton Prep with Judge Brace and Tom McHugh and Judge Gibbons, and I won't go. And if we had Judge Girallo and Judge Moyle and Judge Neal, and we'd have them all. They're all prep graduates. God bless them all. All our judges are terrific. We're very fortunate. I also want to mention Judge Girallo, who is in charge of our mental health court, who does a tremendous help in our mental health court, who meets with these individuals every week and guides them more like a father in certain ways than a judge. And he's done some tremendous work with these individuals. And these people have been able to turn their lives around and have a pretty normal life thanks to the support of Judge Girallo in our courts. We also have a new court that started. It's not new. It's about 6 years old now, or 5 years old, is Judge Margaret Moyle, and that's our domestic violence court. And that's a very important court, and she heads that up, and she does an outstanding job with her staff and that. So as you can see, under Judge Brace is our president judge, and he has a lot of things going. We're starting a new Gagna court, which we're going to have 2 probation officers assigned to that will help people in jail that have been violated, and to get them back out in the community and get them back on track rather than keeping them in jail waiting and punishing them more. If we can get them back out and get them back into society faster, that's what this Gagna Court's going to be. And that's up and running. We're going to get that up and running hopefully in the next month or so. If it's up to Judge Brace, he's starting today, but we're going to get that up and running as soon as we can, and probably in the next month. I also want to thank some of the people, like I said, Colleen Orzel, who spoke earlier, did an eloquent job explaining the programs that we have and how we started off. I'm just very proud of where we are today with our reentry task force, and especially with the Second Chance Festival. This is our 4th festival, and as Colleen Orzel said, we raised over $30,000. And we're going to raise more for our returning citizens, because everyone in Lackawanna County who's returning deserves a second chance. That's our motto, and we're going to keep going that. With the help of God, we'll get through this crisis, and next year we'll be back at Nayoc Park. I want to also thank the city of Scranton. They're always supportive. They give us the pavilion up at Nayoc Park, and we have a great festival. We have Ron Morgan and other musicians who come up and give us their time and for free. And we also have the Sterners. They also give us food, hot dogs and stuff. So we have a great day at Nayoc Park for the festival, and that's where we raise most of our money. We also get grants from the Weinberg Foundation through Attorney Kelly, and we get that every year. And that helps us with funding these stipends that we send to the landlords when the returning citizens are getting out of Lackawanna County Prison. I don't think I mentioned it. I missed anybody. If I did, I didn't try. I want to say Carrie Browning, who works for Children and Youth under her husband, Bill Browning. She's on our prom. Also, I almost forgot, a very important person is Kathy Hardaway, who also is our Chief Probation Officer of Domestic Relations. She's helped us very much with this, and she is also our secretary, which is probably the toughest job, being in charge of this, taking our minutes every month, because there's a lot of things going on, and she does an excellent job. So I want to thank Kathy. So, and one of the persons who's been with me since this started is Jane Augustinetti, right, Jane? Augustini. I always say your name wrong. Sorry, Jane. Jane does a terrific job. She's our go-to person, her Colleen, to keep this program running. So Jane, thank you. And thank you for the services that your agency provides to our people. Also, I see an old friend out there, Tom Early. If I don't mention Tom Early's name, I might get yelled at by Tom Early. I'm only kidding. And I want to thank everybody for coming today. And I want to thank everyone out there. And remember, I want to especially thank my good friend who's married to a lovely girl, works for the courts, Karen Morgan, her husband Ron Morgan, and it's a real treat to hear him when he's out playing. I really enjoy all the songs that he sings. He never sings a bad song, you know? It's like me, I never tell a bad joke, my wife says. No, I'm only kidding, okay? Listen, it's been a success. I'm going to turn it over to Tommy McHugh. He's not going to talk much more longer, but I want to thank everyone for your support. And remember, here it is. What is it? Anyone who wants to donate, whatever sponsors wants to donate, if you can afford to send something to us, send it to this address in care of me, William J. McCarthy, 200 North Washington Avenue, and we'll make sure that the donations go straightly to Frank Bullock, who's our treasurer, and the money gets put in there so we can give these citizens a second chance. Thank you all for today.
Thanks, Billy. We appreciate it. I had over/under. I had 20 minutes, so I think I might have won that one. So, again, thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it. Thank you to ECTV for filming this today. If anybody wants to, for some reason, if anybody wants to see this over and over again, it'll be on ECTV. Just check their schedule. We appreciate their support, and thank you all. Hopefully, ECTV will be running the information for sending checks. Checks make out of Lackawanna County Reentry Task Force that also have the address and everything there. So if you know somebody who's interested in supporting us, you can direct them to ECTV and get their information, or you can contact any one of us task force members. Again, thank you all for coming. Appreciate it. Hopefully, like Billy said, we'll see you next summer. We'll see you up in Nayoc next summer. And thank you all for your support.
head down south to land in the pine, up my way up in North Carolina, steering up the road, just praying God to see everything. When I met down the coast in 17 now, hooked me with a Dogwood route, and I'm walking through Roddy, I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, in the way you feel, say yeah. Mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like a wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Yeah. Mama, rock me. One for up the cold, up and winning. I was born to be a fiddler and an old string band. A baby face guitar, I pick a banjo down. With the note caught the winds that get me down. Lost my money playing poker, so up and leave town. I ain't going back to living that old life no more. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, in the way you feel, say yeah. Rock me, mama, like wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like southbound train. Mama, rock me. Walking due south, I rode no called trucker out of Fidel night long. He was heading west from the Cumberland Gap. Johnson said that Tennessee got to get moving on before the sun. If a baby call my name, and then I know she's the one. And if I don't run ahead, I wish I would die free. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, in the way you feel, so good. I'm rock me. Rock me, mama, like a wind and the rain. Rock